What is up, YouTube? So recently, there's a lot of stuff going around about YouTubers and how they fake stuff. They fake pickups, specifically like the retro gaming community and stuff. How you notice that these people over and over again just seem to get all these amazing pickups, and you just can't explain why. And I recently saw an episode of Game Chasers where Billy was randomly driving down the road, and he seen an abandoned video game rental store place, or a video rental place, completely abandoned, like should have been condemned. It was off the side of the road. You didn't even know it was there. The only reason he knew it was there was because it had a sign that specifically said video rental store. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Game Chasers, but it's one of my favorite channels. They were really said that they were inspired by American Pickers and stuff like that, and they basically dive into places to find video games. And they've been around for a while. There's some of the OGs on here. And Billy has recently been getting a lot of crap saying that he planted this stuff, that it was fake, that he just did this for views. And I gotta admit that I believe that he actually found this, because if you guys see the video, I'll put a link to the video in the description below. There's no way that this was faked or could have been faked, guys. There is literally pigeon poop everywhere, and some of the conspiracy theories are going so bad that they're thinking that, I know some people are joking around, but they're saying that he planted this crap, and they're saying that he literally planted the crap. So we're just going to kind of look over quick. So right here is one of the initial pictures I have loaded up. So by looking at this, guys, do you think that somebody would have planted this and purposely put pigeon crap on all this? Because I can tell you right now, I do not believe so. So this was just one of the pictures. Now if we pull up a different one area, this is what the side of the building looked like. It just said video cassette tapes and combat things, and you can see it's kind of a shed of a place, obviously abandoned. This is a rural area in Texas, I believe it was, and there is nothing going on here. So Billy saw this from the side of the road, and he decided to check it out. And like here were some videos, or here are some. I can actually play a little bit of the video, but this is specifically what he found. Now people are saying, like right here, they're like, well, he planted this there. That's not a cheap box, guys. I'm specifically pretty sure it was just a box there. That's not a cheap box to really damage on purpose. You can see over here too, it is a very random place. We have some Tetris and some other stuff you will see here. Now, why would somebody go through all this trouble of doing this specifically for views? And to be honest, I don't even know if this has been one of their more popular videos, but it could be now. But Billy was able to find this, and he goes on to talk more about this. Once again, I'm going to give you guys a link to this video in the description below. But yeah, he goes on to talk about this. But here's more of what the shed looked like. If you go back to right there, I mean, he's pulling VHSs out. Look at all that pigeon crap. I said at one point, yeah, he threw that one game on there and dust literally came down. So it's just like, it's ridiculous, because people are like specifically saying, I'm trying to see if we can pull up another good, here we go. But here is more like here, like look at this. This is all obviously has old dust on it. You can't put new dust on something. Even some Turtle VHSs down there. There's a game right there in the games. But it's full of pigeon crap on it. And yeah, somebody was like, well, that game looks brand new. He planted that. Well, it's been in a case. It's been protected. That was the purposes. The purpose of that case was specifically to protect that game over time. So I know that some people are skeptical of some of these YouTube channels. Like I said earlier in the video, we were talking about how do these people always get such amazing pickups and find all this stuff? How are these people pulling this stuff basically out of their butts? And if you do not hunt like the Game Chasers do, that's the way game chasing go. If you do not hunt like they do, guys, you're not gonna find the stuff. And he found all this stuff because he was willing to do the stuff that most people will not. And a lot of times, if you watch back on the old Game Chasers, that's how they found stuff. They were willing to climb through piles of junk because they could sniff games out, they thought, or they would look for that, and it was just like, they're willing to do stuff that people won't. So 99 out of 100 people drive by this rental place, they just think, oh, look at that building, it's about ready to fall over. He personally decides to go check it out because he has a feeling there could be something there. Or if not, who cares? And Billy does go on to say that he has tried to reach out to the owners, who either have passed away now or they honestly do not know who owns it. So I'm hoping to see a follow-up video on that. But this kind of is just a segue into also some of the shady stuff that, you know, people on YouTube will do for views. Now, do I think that Billy would go through all this trouble of doing this? No. Do I think some other YouTubers would? Yes. Now, I could see some people desperate for views, specifically if this is your job, YouTube in general of your job. I could see somebody purposely planning stuff like this, trying to get a video with a ton of views and everything like that. Like, I know a while back, a lot of people were giving the completionist a bunch of crap because they thought that he bought all those online games, yeah, just for whatever reason. When the Wii and everything was going on, they thought he just did it just to do freaking video on it. And yeah, but he ended up doing some stuff with it for charity, guys. So there's some good YouTubers out there and there's some shady ones. Now you'll see the guys that they only show you the good part of the hunt. They show you the pickups. They don't show you, you know, the snaky way that they get it. If they sneak in under somebody's radar and steal it or something like that. Because I know a lot of times you can see it I've seen it on Facebook, and I've actually dealt with people doing this before too, on Macari and stuff like that, where they will sell stuff and you will have people sneak in and be like, oh, I want to buy this, and they'll be like, well, sorry, but somebody's already, you know, sold pending pickup. Well, then they'll be like, well, how much did they offer you for it? Well, this much. Well, here, I'll give you a little bit. I'll give you more. Okay. And then they steal it away from the other person that, you know, was first in line, first to do all that stuff. And, you know, some YouTubers won't show that stuff. They'll just show you that the amazing pickup that they got. And then once the video is over with, they will probably just either sell the stuff back or resell it somewhere else, make their money, and then continue on. Now, I know the Game Chasers are not like that. Hell, Billy had so many games that he sold just to help fund his movie, which you guys should go check out, by the way. The Game Chaser video is available on Amazon and everything like that, and it is amazing. I loved it. I couldn't stop watching it, guys. I was at work, and I got in trouble because I was watching it. And there have been some hectic stuff in the past, too, the Game Chasers, where people were claiming that, I think they found a little Samson for $5 at a flea market, and people were saying that it was planted and it was fake. And they found a couple other games at game stores that were marked way down, and they shouldn't have been, that they thought of, and people were saying that, you know, that they obviously were planning this to make videos. And do I honestly think they're doing that? No, I do not. These guys are pretty cool. I don't see why they would do this. For any reasons, I love watching Billy's streams, and I usually, every time I'm on nights, I always go and check out Jay's streams on his channel himself. But I can see why people would be skeptical of some of this stuff, because to be honest, I've thought about it in the past too. It's like, when I was so dedicated to YouTube to try and get insanely popular and stuff like that, I was like, well, I haven't made a pickup video in a while, but I haven't got any pickups. Why don't I do a video with something I picked up a couple years ago? Everybody will forget that I have it by now. And that thought crossed my mind. I never did it because I've talked about this before on the channel. I deal a lot of times with anxiety and stuff like that, and I feel like if I would have a good video from something like that, I would feel completely guilty the whole way through and would not be able to do it. Like I said, I'm not... Some of these YouTubers can just do stuff like that, and I cannot do that. I will admit that I did ride the DK Oldies bus and got all the views on that and was able to finally get monetized, and it really pushed my channel off. So I guess you could say that I've done my own fair share of shady stuff in the past, trying to ride the coats of what's trending to try and finally get monetized. But I had been in the game for 4 to 5 years, and I had all my subs, but I could not get those watch hours up, guys. So yes, I will admit that I've done my own share of shady stuff. But do I think that, you know, you should do stuff like that for videos all the time? No. But I have found that, quite honestly, to be stopping hiding stuff from people on YouTube and being more real with them has worked out a lot more for my channel than some of those other stuff have done it. Now, I was able to get monetized, I was able to get a bunch of views, but did those people really stick around from the DK Oldies videos? I've had a few that I've actually become very good friends with now that we talk to mostly every day on Instagram. Able to be comfortable enough with them to get their phone numbers, and we text and talk about games and stuff like that. But was it really worth it to get all the people? Because it has not really pushed my channel to stardom. It just got me monetized. And even once you get monetized, guys, you do not become unbeatable. You do not become rich. Somebody told me that, oh, once you get about 10,000 subs, you can quit your job and become a full-time YouTuber. Believe me, guys, you cannot do that. It is not as glorified as a lot of people think it is. I think I've been monetized for a few months now, and I think I got maybe my first $100 last month, and I used most of it for my giveaway for my birthday. So I mean, it's not as glorified as some people want to believe it is. I mean, I'm not sitting here pulling in, you know, $100 from this video. I might get $1. But you know, I don't really know where else to go with this video, guys. I wanted to talk about some of the shady stuff that people do on YouTube, but in all, it is up to you guys whether or not you want to believe what is going on. Do you believe that Billy actually found this stuff, or do you believe that he planted it? Do you believe that, you know, many of these people are out here doing YouTube for fun, or are they doing it out here secretly for a business? Are they doing it secretly to make money off of you and in hopes of someday becoming famous and quitting their jobs? I mean, that really is the goal, isn't it? All in all, at the end of the day, most of us are content creators. I would say that YouTube is my passion, but for a while there, it was my goal to finally make money off of doing my passion, which is it really wrong to do that? I love making YouTube videos. I love talking about stuff like this. I love talking about video games and stuff with you guys, and I love pushing forward with momentum. And if I make a couple bucks off that, is it really that bad? I mean, nobody comes into YouTube. If you ask any YouTuber at one point and they were asked, would you like to get paid for making these videos? I don't think one YouTuber would ever tell you no, they don't want to get paid for doing this. But there is, I think, a fine line of ethics between it. Do you cheat the viewers out of stuff and then be nonetheless wiser, or do you be honest with them and push forward? Because they've always said in some videos, you know, each video has to have a specific goal to be successful. It has to give somebody something they want, it has to give them information, or it has to entertain them. And on that note, guys, I want to know in your comments below, do you guys think the Game Chasers actually faked this? Do you think Billy planted this stuff? And is there any YouTubers out there that you know that have done stuff like this in the past that you think really did scam the viewers out of their time and effort and lied to them and stuff like that? Because I would admit that, like I said, a lot of my DK Oldies videos was to kind of get some views, but it was also, I think, in good faith too, because I was still wanting people to know that this place is ripping people off. And that is why also too that I still every once in a while, even though they're not getting views, as good of views as they once were, I am popping out DK Oldies videos to make people aware, because I don't want them to just get pushed under the rug and get away with some of the stuff they're doing, guys. They're basically, yeah, putting stuff under the rug and hoping that people will forget what they've done. And I still, to this day, feel sorry for all the people out there that are spending all that money on the stuff way too expensive. So, with that, thank you guys for watching. Please comment below what you guys think about this video. And like I said, do you think that Billy actually planted these games, or do you think that he, in all actuality, found it? Once again, I will leave a link to the Game Chasers video that I'm talking about in the description below, and I might even throw a link to their movie that you can rent on Amazon or buy on Amazon. It's only a couple bucks. Very awesome, very fun movie. I loved it, guys. I'm sure you will too if you're into retro gaming and just into the Game Chasers or just funny movies in general. Loved it. So with that, I'll leave you guys there. As always, stay retro, my friends, and we will see you in the next video, hopefully.